Judge Kavanaugh is one of the finest people that I've ever known. He's an outstanding intellect, an outstanding judge, respected by everybody. I have great confidence in the U.S. Senate. They'll go through a process and hear everybody out. I think it's important.
It is an accusation which the ranking member of the Committee of Jurisdiction has known about for at least 6 weeks, yet chose to keep secret until the 11th hour.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Brett Kavanaugh and the sexual assault allegations that stem from an incident that allegedly happened back in high school. Mind you, Brett Kavanaugh's in his mid-50s. You're talking about an incident that may have happened over 35 years ago. The woman in question who is coming out and accusing him is named Christine Blasey Ford. If I get her name wrong, please let me know in the comments below. But this woman said that she tried to come out before but remained anonymous, and allegedly she told a marriage counselor about this incident before she told anybody else, not her husband, not anybody, in 2012. But in 2012, the marriage counselor had written notes down, and they said that she said there were 4 boys involved, not 2. The woman is saying that Brett Kavanaugh allegedly forced himself on her when he was 17 years old at a drunken party in high school, and there was another boy that was in the room allegedly being the lookout. There's been a clear denial of any kind of wrongdoing from both Kavanaugh and the other individual. Not only that, you also have 65 women that knew Kavanaugh in high school that wrote a letter in defense of Kavanaugh, sent it to the committee. That's out there. You had 2 women that dated Kavanaugh previously that knew him way back when in high school. They said they never saw him do anything like that, said he was a gentleman. And I'll place video of them talking on television without being disguised or anything in the box below if you want to check it out for yourself. And then there's Mercedes Slapp, who works in the White House right now as a director of strategic communication. She knew or has known Brett Kavanaugh for 16 years. At one point in time, they were both single and they worked together. She said she never saw him do anything inappropriate, nothing out of the ordinary. He was a perfect gentleman. So you have women that knew him from high school, women that he's dated, women that he worked with professionally. Everybody says he was a gentleman. He didn't do any kind of weird things around them. You have Kavanaugh himself, who has denied this whole situation, and the other guy this woman is accusing of being involved with the alleged incident, he said he didn't do anything either. People are trying to compare it to Roy Moore, but Roy Moore was kind of like waffling, not really saying. It was kind of ambiguous the way he was talking. And when he went on Sean Hannity and gave an interview, that didn't really do him any favors. Now, there's supposed to be a Senate hearing on Monday in which Kavanaugh said, yes, I'm going to come there. Yes, I'm going to testify. I want to clear my name. He's in D.C. in the White House right now, talking to people, calling them on the phone personally, clearing his name, telling everybody that he did not do it. Now, the woman has yet to respond to the actual invitation. If she does not respond to the invitation, then the hearing may be totally canceled. If that happens, then I'm not really sure what this does for her particular accusation. It probably just totally cancels it out. This really is nothing burger. And if that hearing does not happen, it'll be even more of a nothing burger, in my humble opinion. Now, let's get down to brass tacks a little bit. Where is this coming from? How did this come about? What's going on? The woman in question is a Democrat, allegedly is a Democratic donor. This is somebody that has a vested interest in seeing Brett Kavanaugh not become the next Supreme Court justice. You know, I would assume that she is a never Trumper or anti-Trumper, somebody who wants to really be on the side of the Democratic Party, according to her history. Diane Feinstein had the letter from this woman back in July that accused Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assault, but she chose not to release it until after the Senate confirmation hearings on the eve of the actual vote to get him in there. So what does that tell you? Obviously, they're trying to do a last minute thing to stall the confirmation hearings, maybe even derail them totally. There are a few people in the Republican Party that may be swayed to vote against Kavanaugh. People like Never Trumper, Jeff Snowflake, and others. If John McCain was living and he was able to vote, he'd do the same thing. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to A, delay it, and B, convince those that may be kind of on the fence, that may be trying to mount an insurrection against Trump within the Republican Party, to vote against him, so they can just put the kibosh on the whole situation. The problem with that is Kavanaugh is a rock solid guy. Everybody said nothing but positive things about him. He's a center of the road kind of person. He's not really too much right, too much left. He's right in the center. He'd be center right, of course, because Trump's picking him. You're not going to have a leftist in there. But he's not somebody that's going to be totally a party line type of person. He's going to do what he sees as fair. There have been several background checks on this man. The only thing they found was that he racked up a debt by buying season tickets to the Washington Nationals baseball game. That is it, and that is all. No drugs, no DUI, no sexual assault, no criminal history, obviously, of course. This guy is stand-up dude, married, kids, the whole 9 yards. As I close, I want to say this. You pretty much know where I stand. I think this is total BS. This man is pretty much close to perfect as you're going to get. There's nothing there. Like I said, the only thing they found in an extensive background check. And when they do background checks on you, you're talking about becoming a Supreme Court justice, or they do a background check. They find out things you might not even know about yourself. They know everything about you. So this whole thing here would have most certainly been found out. And this person wouldn't have, waited so long. See, my thing is the amount of time it takes for something to go public is different than the amount of time it takes for somebody to accuse somebody of doing something. In the case of Bill Cosby, a lot of the women got a lot of attention later, much later after it was done. You're talking like 30, 40, 50 years later. But there were accusations that were levied a long time ago as well that did not get a lot of attention, but they were known about by some people. It was kind of an open secret. It wasn't like Bill Cosby had a perfect, squeaky clean record up until the last couple of years after the whole Hannibal Buress kerfuffle. But Kavanaugh, on the other hand, had a squeaky clean image. There was nothing ever said negative about him up until recently. And I did not see Roy Moore or Bill Cosby or anybody else have women come on television to speak on his behalf. People that are in the White House right now, former girlfriends. I never seen in this whole Me Too era 65 women write a letter defending a man. That is something that is really a landmark type thing. And I hope that these types of incidents are handled in that way from now on. Don't just throw a person away because of an accusation. Defend somebody if you know that they're doing right. And even if they don't have many people to come to their defense, don't just believe something that, you really can't prove, because 35 years later, we're past the statute of limitations, obviously, but there can still be the court of public opinion. I can't bring it to court. I can't prove him innocent or guilty, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it out there and then see what sticks and just sully his name up. That's called defamation. It should be much more illegal than what it is, but I digress. So what do you think? Do you think that Brett Kavanaugh is a sexual predator? Do you think that he did what the woman, Christine Ford, is accusing him of doing? Pinning her down when he was 17 years old at a party. I think it was some kind of swimming party she's alleging the incident took place at, and she had on a bathing suit. She said that he tried to remove the suit and was kissing her and stuff like that, but that was it. So you're talking about an attempt, sexual assault, allegations of it didn't come out until the 0 hour. Obviously, this is politics. Why would Diane Feinstein have the letter in July and not release it until now? We're almost in October. This is a clear thing. If you're going to put the letter out there, put it out during the confirmation hearings or before, so that can be discussed during that particular point in time. You want to put it out now to try and delay. This is just a stalling tactic. It's really silly. It's shameful. And this is why so many of us are starting to leave the Democratic Party, because we're tired of these old, worn out, and tired games. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.